I'm going to show you how to convert a standard, well, this is an FX Cyclone, standard FX fill port or quick fill to a quick fill with gauge. It may depend, it may differ from country to country, but in the UK, if you order a new quick fill with gauge, a genuine FX one that is, I'll show you in a minute. Right, 2.5mm Allen key to remove that, which loosens the quick fill and the barrel band. You can pull the barrel band out the way. That may be able to unscrew by hand. If not, you can use something like a punch to put in the fill port and then loosen it off. Obviously, it goes without saying, make sure this is completely empty and there's no air in it, because if there's any air in it, you won't be able to undo it and it'll be dangerous. You unscrew that. Right, now I'll show you, this is how the new unit arrives. As you'll notice, it doesn't have the internals fitted to it, so that's something to bear in mind. It has the gauge, it has the barrel band. So what you need to do is transfer the internals from this one to this one for it to work. So you need a 14mm spanner. Pop that on there, loosen that off. Be careful, there's a spring and a little piston here, a little plunger. There we go. Right, make sure that's all nice and clean. It's a good idea to change this O-ring if you're doing this, because while it's apart, it's a lot easier to do than springing a leak when you're out hunting or whatever. Pop that on, screw that up. Just nip it up. Right, now the unit obviously is not going to be able to screw on like that because the barrel band's in the way, and you can't get to the barrel band screw as easily on this one as you can on the other one. So you're going to have to loosen, there's 3 little grub screws that need to be loosened off, and this is a 2mm Allen key. There you go. So you've now got two separate bits. You can, it's a good idea to use a bit of something like SM50 on the threads and a little bit on the O-ring, and then this can screw in. Just make it hand tight. If you want to nip it up a little bit, you can use the same probe method as before. Just it doesn't need to be silly tight. The O-ring does the sealing. It's not a question of how tight you can tighten it. Right, now this can just slide on. And then just make sure that the barrel's nicely aligned, because obviously with it having a barrel band, it is possible to tighten it up and twist things. Obviously you don't want to do that, so make sure the barrel's nice and relaxed, it's not being pushed left or right. And then get your 2mm Allen key and tighten these up. Okay. I'll tighten those up a bit more later. And there we go. Fill it slowly with your normal fill probe, and away you go with a gauge.